The lockdown in Indian-administered Kashmir amounts to an abuse of power. That's the ruling from India's Supreme Court, 5 months since the government removed the territory's autonomy, restricted people's movements and blocked the internet. Those who challenge the shutdown say it's a significant verdict.
The stand taken by the state was that these are national security issues. Please leave it to the state. The court has struck that down and said, no, this will be subject to judicial review.
The Indian government argued it needed to block the internet to stop what it called separatist and terror groups from communicating with each other. But the court found the government had breached telecom rules and gave authorities in the territory a week to review the restrictions. Tanvir Ahmad Lone, a student in Srinagar, the capital of Indian-administered Kashmir, has welcomed the court's judgment.
If Indian government is trying to suppress us, or they are not trying to, what you can say, our voice should be listened by the other personalities of the world, and that's why they are putting all these curbs on the internet and other things here.
For over 5 months, the journalists in the valley have been given access to just a few computers enabled with the internet.
It's always difficult for a journalist, but when you are depriving him of the basic tool, which is the internet, then it's a deliberate attempt to make his work more difficult.
Several restrictions, including on phone connections, have already been lifted. Now many people are waiting for the internet to be restored. Legal experts say the top court's verdict will also affect other areas where the internet has been shut down and freedom of assembly limited. After Indian-administered Kashmir, the Indian government deployed the same measures in Assam and in Uttar Pradesh during protests against the controversial Citizenship Amendment Act. Anchal, Vohra, Al Jazeera, New Delhi.
Thousands of protesters have marched in the southern Indian city of Hyderabad against the new citizenship law. The legislation ratified last month clears the way for citizenship for minorities from 3 neighboring countries but excludes Muslims. Hyderabad has a sizable population, and the rally was organized by politicians from the community who are opposed to the policies of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Now, Modi is expected to travel to the eastern city of Kolkata on Saturday, where marches have already begun. Students plan to block major roads from the airport in protest against the Citizenship Amendment Act, as well as government proposals to increase university fees. Suhail Rahman is in Kolkata with the protesters.
Tens of thousands of people have gathered here very close to the Mahatma Gandhi monument in Calcutta in West Bengal to show their discontent with the Citizenship Amendment Act. I don't think I've ever seen crowds like this other than at a general election campaign. And besides civil society and a cross-community representation regarding various religions, what you have are civil society leaders and religious leaders who are making their speeches to the assembled crowd. They want the government to understand that the Citizenship Amendment Act is illegal, unconstitutional, and doesn't fit in with the secular nature of India. And that's the message they want to get across to Narendra Modi. He arrives here on Saturday, and they want to make sure that their voice, their placards, and their very intent is heard, not just in New Delhi, but across the country. They are joining hundreds of thousands of other people across India that are continuing their demonstrations, are continuing their protests, and they hope that Narendra Modi will get to see and understand exactly the strength of feeling here, certainly in West Bengal, a state that he has no control over, and that the incumbent government hopes that he will, of course, understand that he's not welcome.